It's the end of January, it's a soggy Sunday. One of the good things about having a gateway with a roof is that you can shelter underneath it. I wanted to make a few short videos just to explain bits of the garden and show you some things that didn't make it into the final cut, or that need, I think, a bit more explanation. So I'm out here just next to the Zen garden, which is a bit messy today because I was gardening yesterday. And there's a whole discussion with Monty. We were sat on the deck just placing these stones, actually, and it was all down to the feel of it. But he said something interesting, and it wasn't the objects themselves that fascinated him. It was a space between them. So I've been thinking about that quite a bit, and it's interesting. It's an interesting theme. So I've been looking at bits of the garden. I've noticed some don't look right, don't feel right, and what it was is that space was missing. The absence of things, giving things room to breathe. And in particular, there was this Pieris down here. I think this one's Mountain Fire, and it's doing really well. Look, matching colours. It was about this tall, and I bought it last year, sort of last summer, and it was in the wrong place. It was over here between this bamboo, which needs a bit of a prune, and the cherry tree. And the cherry tree, I deliberately created space around because I know it's going to be big, and I didn't want to swamp it. I mean, very far back, the original plans are having lots of mosses and things like that, but it's not going to work like that. So there's actually clipped Hakonecloa, forming a collar around it. And next to there was the lonely Pieris, and then this bamboo. It just didn't look right. It didn't look right from our viewing point, which is having coffee at the kitchen table. It doesn't look so good with the garden furniture, which might be moving. But just the simple act of taking that one plant out of here and moving it to here has improved both parts. I'm so happy. It's a very strange feeling. Just moving one plant has made such a difference. It looks good here, in amongst the bamboo and the Garrya elliptica, which has tassels for the first year, which I'm supremely proud of. Look at that. That's supposed to grow up nice and big and tall and provide a backdrop. It looks coherent here. This is very well planted. And this is kind of empty. It makes a tree seem more important. It gives you a bit of breathing space between the bamboo and the tree. And I've just been staring at it. It's very odd, staring into space. And I've been looking at Zen garden more, because the Zen garden is about me understanding Zen gardens. It's not necessarily a Zen garden per se. He's a bit of a rake. But I had just been sitting here with a cup of tea, just looking at the spaces and thinking about removing some of these rocks and making it into more space. I'll tell you what, all this talk about spaces, that very well planted bed at the back is brilliant. I love it. So it's a nice interplay between space and filled areas. It's food for thought. Right, I'm getting a little bit wet. We'll talk about some other things next time, but if there's anything in particular you'd like to know about, then do comment, drop me a line, and we'll go through it. There's lots to talk about here. There's a lot going on, and there's more things ahead. This bit down here is going through a bit of a change. All right, we'll see you next time.